G'day everybody and welcome to this lesson for Learn to Fly by Foo Fighters. I've got one bit of extra gear and that's a tambourine up above my hi-hat here. It sounds great in the verses, but if you don't have it, just leave it out completely and just keep those hi-hats going right throughout. To start out with though, we've got a flam on beat 4 and then we're over onto the ride cymbal for our very first groove. Play through those same bars a second time, and at the end, we've got this fill leading into the verse. Here we go now with the verse beat, and like I said, if you don't have the tambourine, just leave it out and keep the 8th notes going on the hi-hats right throughout. I really like this beat as an introduction to Latin music like bossa nova and samba, just because those kick drums keep repeating like a heartbeat, which is really common in that Latin stuff. So once you have the coordination down in this groove, maybe you can explore a few different grooves as well. Moving on, halfway through, we've just got this little stop on the snare drum that goes like this. Carry on with that same groove until the last 4 bars where we start ramping up into the chorus, and this is how they go. Now we hit the first chorus where we use a really similar groove to the very start of the song. And then the rest of the chorus goes like this. Now there's a riff section, we're playing a similar beat again, but up on the crash cymbal this time, instead of over on the ride. That takes us into another verse, and we're using exactly the same groove as we did the first time. One little change I can hear halfway through is 2 flams instead of those 2 snare drums from the beginning. So that's a pretty minor change, and then the last 4 bars going into the chorus has another tiny little change as well. I'll play those 4 bars now. From there, we are into chorus number 2, and again, the groove doesn't change. We've got a fill halfway through that is different to the first time, so I'll break down this one fill now. And then the last part of this chorus, leading into the bridge, is different once again. There's a few extra fills and a couple of extra bars. Let me show you. Next up is the bridge section, and the groove that we're using is really similar to that post-chorus guitar riff section, so you kind of already know what we're about to play. There's a couple of different fills, so I will break it down. Here's the first 4 bars. At the halfway point of the bridge, there's another fill that goes like this. I should point out as well, with these kinds of fills in this song, every time I'm coming back to the snare drum, I'm leading with the right hand once again. So it's right, left, right, right, left, right. That way you're always on the right hand, and it's nice and easy to move around the kit when you need to. We go back and we play those first 4 bars of the bridge again, and then there's a different fill right at the end, which is that build up leading into the chorus again. Here's the whole bridge all together. From there, we are back into the chorus using just the same groove as we did the first time. Once again, the fills are a little bit mixed up, so here's the first fill that I can hear. Here's the next different fill. And then we end this first chorus very similar to every other chorus we've done, but this time we're moving into a double chorus section. So here's the end of that first chorus. For the second part of this double chorus, we're up on the crash cymbal and the groove goes like this. Here's 8 bars. Here's the next 4 bars with a different fill. And from there, we're basically at the outro, so we've got lots of fills, and here's the first one. And the next fill. And the very last fill before we go back to our verse groove. And now to finish the song, we go back to the verse groove, and there's just some cymbal hits right at the very end. And there we go, that brings us to the end of Learn to Fly by Foo Fighters. It is a great rock song with some excellent fills in there and some really great groove choices throughout the entire song. So hopefully that's easy for you. Happy practicing, and I'll catch you at the next lesson.